Surprise yourself, you never know just what you might find. Geocaching down under, get lost, get found. Geocaching down under, get lost to get found.
G'day and welcome to the autumn special for the GDU Australian podcast. Hello, and how is everybody doing this evening? Whoo, another long weekend for you all. Hope you've been able to get out and do some geocaching. I practiced what I preached and I managed to get out with Mighty Minions today and do some geocaching. So, Mighty Minions, you're in the chat room. I've seen you say hello. So, let's have a look and see who else is in the chat room. Pop in a hi, hello, how are you? And let me know your caching name, where you're from, and I'll give you a quick shout out. So, I'll just do a quick run through here, real quick. We've got the Bug from Queensland. He's here. Throsby Church. Banj, one of my patrons. Thanks for being here live, mate. Houston, Texas. Dave, all the way from America. Nice and early for you. Thanks for joining us again, mate. Really appreciate that. Another one of my patrons. Thank you. Who else we got here? John, Snappy Tomcats. Hopefully you've got a nice cool beverage with you and are joining us. Thank you for joining us. Another Patreon. Julie. Hello, sweetheart. Thanks for joining us live. That's awesome. And there you are, Mighty Minions. Woohoo. My newest Patreon. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Kitty Catch, another Patreon. Yeah, hey, you managed to make it live. That is so cool to see you. That's wicked. And my mum is here in the chat room joining us on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, Mum. And Jasmine Hancock, thank you for joining us. Hi, how are you? That's awesome. Jonathan Hunter 79, that's great. From North Wales in the UK. Wow. What time is it for you, Jonathan? That's so cool. Susan, hi. Welcome, Susan. Nice to Peter. That's so nice of you to join us live. That's so cool. And Ozfox, yee-hoo, all the way from Victoria. That is so cool. G'day, Bug. Thanks for joining us live. Burjo78 from Townsville. Thanks for joining us, mate. That's so cool. Oh, Michael Hood and Oz Glory. Thanks for joining us live. It's so cool to see you. That's really cool. Awesome. And Jazz, GC Jazz, yes, from Casino. Nice to see you, love. Nice to see you. Angus Bell, Brain from Melbourne. That's cool. Thanks for joining us, mate. Chuck and Chunk from Western Victoria. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and Tattoo Squared is actually working tonight but has managed to join us live. So I'm sure you'll be in and out of the chat room. But thanks for joining us, mate. Really appreciate that. Who else have we got here? Aquilus1. We got Penny from New Zealand. Wow, New Zealand. That's cool. A little bit earlier in the night there for you, or a bit later. I can't remember which way it goes. Wilbert, thanks for joining us, mate. Elizabeth Lewis, all the way from Phillip Island. That's so cool. Julie, you're actually in Port Douglas tonight. Wow, that's so cool. Joe from Wollongong. Well, hey, that's awesome. Greg and Jen, you're still in Townsville. That is so cool. That is so cool. Thanks for joining us. You're on an epic road trip. I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's get into the show because I know my guest tonight and I are pretty good at having a chat. So this could drag on for a little while. So I will not waste any more time. So tonight, my guest is Seemyshell, the Aussie Geocacher, now living over in America. So I don't know how long he's going to keep that title for, but we still love him and miss him and are so pleased that he is in the country at the moment, able to join me live. So without further ado, let's bring on Seemyshell. Woohoo! Where have you gone?
What are you talking about? I love a chat. I'm reserved. You should know me, Brian. I'm too reserved. Yeah. I don't even know half the people you've got watching. You've got so many people watching, more than what I had when I had this podcasty thing.
I keep telling you, I'm way more pretty than you are.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that. Like, I'll be honest. I do have a mirror. I'll be honest with you. But PCE, I will say this. Steve from the Travel Bugs, who did your intro music, how cool was that, guys? Look,
tell me about it.
How good is that?
I get that song stuck in my head all the time. It's ridiculously good.
Geocaching down under.
Yeah,
and then the kookaburra at the end is like, oh no, that's me. That's not.
I know, right? It's only now that you mention it, it just sounds like you, eh? A little bit of you is still in the show. There you go.
A little bit.
So how are you, mate? Man. How you been?
I've been well. I can't get into too much, but I'm back in Australia, work purposes and whatever else as well. be going back to America later on. Not sure how long it's going to be or whatever else as well. I saw a lot of people went up to the mega event up in Townsville. I hope they all enjoyed it.
Awesome did that.
I know. But I will say this: there's a lot more megas in the US than what there are in Australia.
Yeah.
It's monthly over there.
Really?
Monthly.
Wow.
Every month they've got a mega somewhere.
Special event over here.
I know. Exactly. So I know it really is. It really is. So
well, speaking of that, now that you're in America, and you say, there's more events and whatnot. Well, what are some of the other things that you found sort of difference between America and Australia?
Oh, okay. So this is probably not geocaching related, but it's accent related. So I find sometimes I've got to really slow down my speech when I'm speaking to an American, especially when I'm speaking to someone like I'm ordering a beer or food from or something like that. I've got to, I talk fast as it is, and I mumble a little bit too, so I get that. But when you're sitting at a bar and you say, "What beer do you have on tap?" and they go, "What?" I go, "What beers do you have on tap?" They go, "What?" "Oh, sorry. What beer do you have on tap? What beer?" And you got to really roll the R for them to actually know what you're actually talking about. It's just, that kills me. That does. And so I do say beer sometimes. So but yes. Ozfox, I would not talk the legs off a table. No, I wouldn't even talk underwater. What are you talking about?
The table's got to stand still long enough for you to get it. So
this is true. Exactly. So,
but
but yeah, that's the main difference over there is the accent stuff I find at the moment.
How are you going with the measurements, like feet and meters and miles? Have you got your head around that? Because I can't work it out.
So I do this, right? I do this to every single American that I talk to when they say about, where you're from, if I'm sitting next to someone random at a bar and they buy me a beer because I have a different accent. That's cool. That is cool. They say, you say I'm from Australia or whatever, and Steve Irwin, so they buy you a beer. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bands, I won't, mate. I wouldn't want to have a new accent. I keep this accent because it gets me stuff over there. But yeah, they ask me where I'm from, and they love Steve Irwin over there. Love him to death. They really do. They really do. So no, Benj, I will not lose my accent. But when it comes to I get told about the metric system, Houston, Texas, Dave, he knows exactly what he's talking about. I say to them, okay, you love your system, that you have the imperial system. Oh, yeah. I go, okay, how many inches in a feet? And I ask them, they go, well, there's 12. Okay, no worries. Well, how many feet are in a yard? And then they're like, some, probably about 50% get that. And then I go, how many yards are in a mile? And no one gets it. They don't know because it's 2,437 or something, some random number.
So it's not even like a mathematical.
No.
It doesn't even relate.
No. And then I tell them ours, millimeter, 10. So you add 1 0 is a centimeter. You add 2 zeros and it's a meter. You add 3 zeros and it's a kilometer. And they're like, that's so easy. The rest of the world has got this except for you.
I don't know why you're making it harder for yourself.
They really do. But I'll say this, and that is there is one very small town in the middle of America. I should have researched this before I come on. That actually have the imperial system, including kilometers per hour in their streets.
Oh, okay.
Because they trialed it. They trialed it in one town. Everyone hated it, so they didn't do it after that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Yes, the bug, he says, I need subtitles. Sometimes I do, but in saying that, it's not just the accent, it's what we say as well. So it's all our, things we like going to Macca's, for instance. They have no clue what Macca's is, Going to the servo, they don't know what a servo is. They go.
I never realized how many colloquialisms we actually use.
So many. And and my wife, she loves and adores the differences, but she's got to. So sometimes she doesn't understand that the same word can mean two totally different things.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
she doesn't understand yeah, nah, or nah, yeah, like things like that. It's like to us, it's we brought up with this,
Yeah, that's right.
But what's her favorite at the moment? Oh, that's right. Oh, having a sticky beak.
Yeah.
you know, because she was peering out the window at the random neighbor doing something with his garbage, his trash, and I go, stop having a sticky beak. And she goes, what? What am I doing? I said, you're having a sticky beak. She's like, oh, a sticky beak. I'm having a sticky beak.
Like, fascinating, yeah.
Oh, totally fascinating. Totally fascinating. So it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
G'day, Dan. That's right. Yeah, better late than never. Thanks for joining us, mate, from Canberra.
Dan the man.
Yeah, dark side Dan.
Dark side Dan. Well, I've seen both sides of Dan, but anyway, that's another story.
Yeah, that's another story. We'll leave that for after hours. Thank you.
No, I mean the dark side and the light side. He's got a light side.
Okay,
well.
all right.
Yeah. It's called his wife. Anyway, she's the nicer out of the two.
Oh, yeah, I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
So I know you've done quite a bit of travel around US before you lived there, and obviously now that you are living there.
Yep.
Have you found any real major differences with actual, like, maybe quality of hides or types of hides over there?
So
is it pretty much same?
Yeah, look, it's the same when it comes to. So here you got your mint tins, and you got your mint tins, the guardrails, and whatever.
Yeah.
For them is the pill bottle. So our mint tin is their pill bottle. So everyone, and again, it's the same sort of thing. A mint tin, you know how it's got the lip, and you hard to pull the plastic bag out without ripping it. It's the same with a pill bottle, because a pill bottle's shaped like that with the lid on top, so you can't
a thin neck,
a thin neck, so you can't get it out properly. So, you know, I think that's the downside over there is there's a lot of pill bottles. But in saying that, I mean, I recently did a podcast with Josh, the geocaching vlogger, on the Geocache Talk network, and it was an April Fool's podcast. It was like it was advertised like it was a brand new podcast, you know, the whole lot, and it was called Under the Lamppost. And where we over there, LPCs, there's like if you don't know already or not, but there's like a metal surrounding at the bottom of the bases of lampposts over there. And the lampposts are throughout their whole car parks. And they actually slide up and down. And so a lot of caches over there are hidden underneath the lamppost, and that's just a stock standard thing. And there's so many over there of those. It's incredible because their car parks are so huge. And so you'll find that they're 181 apart, you know, between lampposts and stuff. And so you'll have 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, Houston, Texas A saw it. He was there live when he said the lamppost talk. Under the lamppost talk. So that's their most common one. And everyone, see, this is a problem as well, PC, and that is geocaching is for everyone. And I'm an advocate about that. If you want to go out there and get high numbers and find mint tins and find lampposts, go for your life. You know, I'm not gonna,
that's right.
You know, I don't diss you, but if you don't like that and you want to go on those massive hikes to find a good ammo can, you know, on top of a mountain and with a magnificent view where you've done all this massive trail and, you know, and take a whole day to do one, cool, go for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't bag anyone out when it comes to geocaching.
It's all individual. We all play it differently. Yeah,
exactly.
No,
and you know what?
That's
what I love about it. You know, it's good for the families, but it's good for the old blokes like me, for instance. It's good for the young ones. It's good for athletic people. It's good for chubby people. You know, like you know, it's true, but it's good for everyone. You know, and that's what I love most about it too. But but I'm gonna segue here. You ready for the segue?
Okay, I'm ready. Yep.
So we're talking about the lamppost caches and stuff as well. What's mostly associated over there on their lamppost caches that you'll find underneath, like where the cache is underneath on the actual pole itself, is a Munzee sticker.
There's a bit of a trend of that happening too, isn't it?
Munzee over there is big. Like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, as it is here as well. And so obviously
I think it's growing.
It really is. And like with my recent trip back here, of course, and I'm not going to buy a car for the amount of time I'm here. So I've got no car. I'm living in a town in northern New South Wales. So literally I've got 2 feet in a heartbeat. I found all the caches around here.
Yeah.
I found all the Munzees. And so what have I been doing? I've been Munzeeing big time.
Yeah.
There's thousands here.
Oh. See, that's great. When you've got heaps, you know, you can go different directions every day or whenever you get a chance, you know, and you can get different Munzees, you know.
Munzees. It's just a different type of game.
And you were telling me that, with all the different types, there's a type that you can get every single day. Once the Munzee
Yep.
HQ date restarts, you can go and get it again.
Which is 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
There you go, players. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's true. And to the point where, since me being up here now, like today, for instance, only a couple of hours ago, I hosted my very first Munzee event.
Wow, that's awesome! Congratulations, that's so cool. Did you get a few people turn up?
I did, because I've may have turned a few of the local geocachers here into Munzee players as well.
Well, if anyone can do it, it's you. So I think we might have raced ahead a little. Could you just give a brief overview for those who actually don't know what Munzee is? Maybe I'm sure we're all familiar, but just in case, just a quick overview of what is Munzee.
Munzee itself is another geolocation game style, whereas it's on your mobile device. Munzee, for me personally, I started Munzee back 3 years ago, where you go to a particular location and there's a QR code stuck on a sign or a pole or something like that, and you scan that Munzee, and that was it. Really, that was me a couple of years ago when I first started it. But Munzee today is very, very different. And the people like Mr. Tank Engine in the chat room saying Munzees are boring, that's because he only remembers the Munzees of yesterday, so to speak. I was the same. I was exactly the same. It's more of a gaming style one now, where there's focus upon levels, there's focus upon point systems. There's a lot more to Munzee now when it comes to the types of Munzee. So no longer is it just a sticker on a pole. There's virtual Munzees now. There's Munzees where you grab the virtual and then it'll like release another 3 Munzees that you have to capture in a certain period of time. And if you do so, you get higher point values, you see. So it's just very, very, it's another different type of geolocation type game. Very different to geocaching. You cannot compare the two at all. I love geocaching for other reasons. I'm actually loving Munzees for other reasons, like my gaming reasons.
That's right. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they're complementary but different at the same time. They can serve different purposes, or they can work hand in hand. It's so flexible. It's what you want to.
Exactly.
And once again, if you're into it, you're into it. If not, that's fine. I mean, I know I've got Julian Kittycatch in the chat room, and they do waymarking.
Yes. Yeah.
Which has had a whole new facelift and revitalized with an app, and they've really tried to make it more accessible to people. So
Waymarkly is the app for that one. Waymarkly, and I do. Yes, Kittycatch, I do have that app too on my phone. Because that one there, I don't know, sure if you know PCE, but Waymarkly, that new app for waymarking purposes, was developed by the same Nick Hubbard who developed Cachly for geocaching.
Oh, okay.
It's the same developer, So the only unfortunate thing with Waymarking or Waymarkly, so to speak, is that it's not actually attached to any other type of game. So literally, it's just I correct me if I'm wrong, but you just go along and get numbers of how many waymarks you can sort of do. I find Munzee's very gamey. Yeah. When I'm talking about gamey, I'm talking point systems, I'm talking levels, I'm talking clan wars now as well, where you can actually team up with other people all over the world, where you do different tasks. You can do daily tasks. Once you do these tasks, for instance, you get rewards. The rewards are to place other virtuals of your own, which then give you more points. It's endless when it comes to Munzees of nowadays. Very, very much so. So,
that's right. Yeah.
The only difference, though, PC, I'm going to say, and that is because he did. I think who was it? Throsby on Church makes a good point, and that she's saying that waymarking takes you to some great locations, and yes, that's true. And I don't believe Munzee will take you to good locations. Munzee is more about the gaming aspect of it. It's not. It doesn't take you to these brilliant views and stuff like that, because people need you to capture their Munzee in order for them to get points. They're not going to put them at the end of a trail somewhere for one person to capture once every 6 months. They're going to put them in clusters, that sort of thing. So it's, again, it's just very, very different style of game again. So
that's right. Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask you about the virtuals as well as the physicals. I know virtuals, they all seem to get clumped, around train stations and
Yes.
major intersections and, like where a lot of people will be,
Yes. Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. And that's exactly right.
Mm.
Airports as well. You'll find that there's thousands of Munzees in airports because people just sitting there waiting. So, and again, you cannot hide anything inside an airport unless it's a virtual cache, for instance, which there are some, or an earth cache, which I have done, an earth cache inside an airport. That was pretty cool.
Yes.
But you can't physically hide an actual cache inside an airport, let's be honest. So this just gives you another avenue, something else to do, if that's what you're after.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Alrighty. What else did we have on our talking list?
Yeah, we better get off Munzees because a lot of people a lot of geocachers. So I find a lot of geocachers themselves, and I was one of them, PC. I'm telling you now, I was one of them. I had downloaded the Munzee app. I had downloaded the Munzee app years ago. I'm talking 5 or 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I touched it for maybe 10 or 15 minutes at one day and went, no, this isn't for me. This isn't this podcast tonight isn't about Munzees, not just about Munzees anyway. It's about gaming in general when it comes to location games, whether it be Munzee, whether it be Waymarkly, whether it be geocaching, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just, you enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And it's like there's so much out there to do these days, and there seems to be something new coming along all the time, which is so cool.
I mean, there's even Flagstack, but I won't even get into that one.
Well, I've not even heard of that one, so there you go.
No, that's another one.
Every day there seems to be something. There's so much. I've been trying to get my head around geocaching, let alone all these others. Yeah.
And look, I know some reviewers watch and listen to this show, so I won't mention which one it is, but and it is an illegal cache. I know it is, but some people out there have used Munzee at like the actual QR code Munzees in the Munzee app as waypoints for a multi-cache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is illegal. You can't do it because you can't cross over the two. You can't make someone download an app for the purpose of finding this,
Well, that's actually, you mentioned the other day that you were finding more and more Munzees inside the geocache.
Yes, yeah.
And I've never come across that, but you found the actual QR codes inside the geocache.
Inside a cache. On the logbook even too, like on the top of the logbook. Yeah, yep. So
that's So what's some of the highlights of your geocaching in America?
I mean, personally, for me, it's the travel. I love traveling. And right now I've done 35 states of the US in total.
Okay.
Yeah, 35 states in the US in total. I booked a trip already to do Alaska in August. That's a trip and a half. If anyone needs to do Alaska, they'll have to look at doing, well, what I'm doing is like a cruise down the western coast of Alaska, right? And with the cruise, it actually cruises through Glacier Bay, and like you actually just literally spend the whole day cruising one particular bay.
Wow!
In that bay is eight earth caches in that bay that you can research, which I've done. You research those earth caches, answer the questions what you need to question, but then they do require a photo as well of you, of course, with the earth cache, some glacier, whatever it is. And so I've got them all as right notes all ready to go. All of those earth caches ready to go. All I need is my ugly mug in front of the camera, and bam, I can log those earth caches as well. So that's coming up in August.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
so what's that? That's coming into their winter, so it shouldn't be.
No, into the summer.
Summer, okay.
Yeah, we're coming into their summer now at the moment because we're opposite. So down here we're going into winter. They're going into summer.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So that's like later in the year. So that's something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you have a favorite place to cache in? I saw the Yuma videos. Do you have a favorite place?
Oh, well, Yuma was fantastic because predominantly it was just a geocaching trip with Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, and myself. We planned it to go there, and there was a mega in Yuma, Arizona at the time. And so it was, we did it because it's hard to video when it comes to all your video stuff, whether it be YouTube, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Instagram, any other Facebook, any other social media nowadays that you have video content being provided upon. It's hard to geocache with someone that doesn't understand the extra time that you need to video. Do some
Well,
video
I was
work.
actually going to ask you about what's it like geocaching and videoing at the same time? Like, can you enjoy geocaching? Do you make sure you go by yourself? Does it take you, obviously it takes you longer.
Yeah. Well, it all depends. I mean, recently, while I've been here, well, I've got I'll call him a good friend because I don't think he watches this show. His geocache name is Ferg Clan. Now,
Yes.
he's in Casino, New South Wales, Mr. Ferg Clan himself. He hates puzzle caches. And so I did an actual puzzle piece, geo art, over the top of his property. And some of them are quite hard, these puzzles. But anyway, he's been taking me out on a couple of geocaching days, you see. And when I'm talking taking me out, well, we have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours before I find my next available cache to where I am at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we do these trails and whatever else as well. But what he likes to do, let's come to a sort of an agreement. He enjoys logging, like his full logs, at every single one, right? When he gets back in the car.
Yeah.
So that's going to take him 3, 4, 5 minutes to do that. What do? I do my TikTok videos and that sort of stuff, and reels, Instagram reels and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then save them all as drafts. And by the time I get back into the car, he's just finishing his log and off we go again as well. So yeah.
That sounds like a very detailed log.
Well, it's Ferg Clan, like he's an older guy, and
Right.
Technology. Sometimes his fingers are too fat to hit all the buttons through.
I'm glad he doesn't watch this show. I'll be getting hate mail.
No, it'll only be from me anyway. Be like, Craig, what are you talking about now? And that's how he talks too. Like, he's the unofficial mayor of Casino. I know Casino.
It's not who you know, it's what you know.
Exactly. So, but yeah, going back to the filming and stuff whilst caching, you've got to come to some sort of understanding. Yeah. It's common sense. Sometimes, a lot of the time, I won't actually, if I'm going in a group of people, I won't really video at all. I just won't. It's just too much. It's just, and it's hard as well to, sometimes I'll video, like if I do a YouTube video, for instance, where I actually speak to camera, it's more, how can I say, I mean, I'm obviously not a shy guy, but it's a little bit more pressure to actually have someone, 2 or 3 people that's standing you, just staring at you. You're like, hey,
what are you doing?
I know. So.
Oh, you made a mistake on that one. You're going to go again?
Yeah, and that's what they do. And you turn around and go, oh, can't.
Never mind.
Yeah. So I mean, there are a lot of times I do go caching where I don't video, and that's even by myself as well. So it's not every time I go, I actually make some sort of video recording of it. So. Yeah.
So do you more often than not have, like an idea in mind, like this day is going to be a filming day and this day is just going to be a cache day?
Pretty much. And you know what, PC, it all depends on my mood at the time as well. Like I'll wake up thinking that I'm going to do some video work and look and go, I just don't feel like it.
I mean, you've got to have that spark of inspiration as well. If you don't have the drive to do it, if you're not feeling it, then
Exactly. I mean, and look, you can always, for videos to actually work, you've got to have some sort of storyline of some sort.
Yeah.
But sometimes some angle, but predominantly I find that I'll think of an angle of some sort, but something will always happen when I'm in the field that changes that story, that changes that degree, that changes that angle. And it's really strange for me, but it always happens, and I think, well, that's the story right there, So
do you ever go out on a day intending to film without a plan? Just sort of see what happens, is it
always?
Yeah?
I don't really get like I go, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this. I'm going to do this. Okay. Whatever happens. I mean, one of my recent films when I was in the US, I was in New Jersey, and I was going to do it's a really nice lake area, and there's caches all around this particular lake, right? Yeah. And I thought, you know what, nice cache walk, good views. I'll get some drone shots going over the lake. It looked sweet. Well, I got, I think, 3 caches into this video, right? And sure enough, there's a cache under a seat, and there is a muggle sitting on this seat, and she's reading a book. So guess what?
I think I've seen this somewhere.
That's my story. I looked and went, okay. So I walked across the bridge. I took some video, like probably stalker video footage from the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
You couldn't see a face or anything, but like you could see someone sitting on the seat, and then I waited it out, and then I did a lap around, secretly filming, like, because I've got different cameras. I've got smaller ones on my chest and stuff, and secretly filming as I walk around, and it looked really quite cool. It came out really quite nice, and I was happy with that one. So
Well, there you go. You change the course of your day and turn into a good video.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a couple of questions here in the chat room, so let's get to some people. Where did it go? There you go. Houston, Texas Dave, coming back to Alaska. He's got a travel bug in a mining town along the Alaskan coast.
Oh, I'm stopping there. I know where it is. Dave, seriously, mate, send me a PM on any social media, or even on the
background.
Even on the GC page itself, and let me know. Give me the GC code for that one, because I'm going into 2 Alaskan towns. We stop at 2 Alaskan towns as well. Okay. I know which one he's talking about. They are some, and because obviously with Google Earth, I've done my research as well, and kind of virtually walked along the town. So they're really cool.
Yep.
They are. Oh man, I'll send you some photos with it too, Dave. If I do pick it up, Dave, I promise you, mate, I'll do some photos with it too. So. Nice. And maybe a video, maybe.
Ooh, or something. That's awesome. Kitty Catch on YouTube. She wants to know: are you going to Abbotsford in August?
Unfortunately, not, because that's when I'm going to Alaska. So I can't do the Seattle either. So I can't do the HQ event, and I can't do the Giga event in Abbotsford because I'm be in Alaska. I can't because look. The reason, PC, is that this was supposed to happen 2 years ago. Like the
I know, right? Yes, yeah. We'd all made plans for that one, and we haven't, come for these. And
so this Alaskan trip was literally booked and paid for 2 years ago. I booked it with my wife 2 years ago, and with her friends as well. So it's not a geocaching trip, and I've told my wife that. I understand it's not a geocaching trip.
But if it fits in, but if you can squeeze it in. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, she's a geocacher too, so she understands.
Right. Yeah.
But
this trip you will be an opportunistic geocacher.
Yes. I'll do it where I possibly can.
That's right. Yeah.
Hence the research of the Earth caches and stuff.
Well, yeah, a little bit of research goes a long way.
It really does. It really does.
I mean, if you can find out that you're going to be within 500 meters of a cache, and you're like, just popping down here for 5 minutes.
I need to tie my shoelaces.
Look at this lovely photo I'm going to go and take.
Exactly. I'm going to take this photo of my selfie of here with this nice, glacier like everyone else does. But they don't know. They don't know that mine's for 2 reasons.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, okay. Quick little comment here. Ozfox, he misses your daily vlogs.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my daily vlogs, Ozfox, sorry, mate. They're on the back burner at the moment for other reasons, which I can't actually unfortunately get into, but they will be back up and running as soon as I possibly can.
Once you're all settled again. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. Geo Ninja has gone past Casino and has enjoyed some of Bird Clan's caches.
In Lismore, yes. Unfortunately, a lot of Lismore with the recent floodings and stuff, and Casino here as well. We have lost a lot of geocaches due to the floods and whatnot. But I will say, yes, if you're going to be up in the Northern Rivers region, definitely look up Bird Clan as a hider, and also Matty RX, MATTY RX. His caches too are some of the most incredible. Actually, in fact, one of his caches won Geocache of the year. I think it was Geocache of the year for GC New South Wales. So, and that was in Lismore. Yeah. Unfortunately, that one's gone because of everything's going. But still,
okay.
Yeah. But they're to look up to.
Yeah, absolutely. Matty RX, bloody worth it.
Yeah.
All right, quick one here from Tom Engine. Which drone are you up to?
Of course he's going to ask that. He loves his drones. Mate, I'm still on my Mini. The one that I've decked it out in the whole Australian flags. I've got a trackable code on it too.
Woohoo!
So I got a flying trackable. It's still the Mini, mate. I haven't upgraded. I haven't had. Well, I've got a wife now, so she won't let me upgrade.
What was the name of that drone again? I can't remember the name of it. You had that competition.
Oh, I did too. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot what the name is.
Yeah.
Why'd you put me on the spot like this for?
I don't know.
Even the name.
I had the flying shell in my head, and I'm like, I can't actually remember the name of it now.
Was it Seemyshell? Yeah, it was Seemyshell. That's it.
Yeah.
Seemyshell. Yeah, Seemyshell.
Yeah. That sounds like an accent. Seemyshell.
Oh, no, I'm not going to get that right.
No. There you go. The bug reckons every trip is a geocaching trip, and Houston reckons you can kayak the glaciers.
Yes, you can. And actual fact, I did I've been doing a lot of editing work for Joshua, the geocaching blogger, and the geocaching, and he did a non-geocaching trip with his wife last year.
I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah, I know, right? And we ended up doing a three-part video series for him, and in the last part, he actually kayaked on a glacier river with glaciers just like slowly moving around. That was fantastic. It looked absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. So yeah, Houston, mate, kayaking. I'm not going to be kayaking the glaciers, unfortunately, but you can, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Geo Ninja reckons that Matty RX has got some great geocaches too.
Yeah, he's got some the GCA, the Geocaching Australia caches. He does. And in actual fact, it's such a shame. Like, I'm not going to get too much into GCA because I don't play it, you know.
No, I don't play it either.
But I will say that after speaking to Matty, I will say this: he showed me some of his GCA caches, and even he said himself, it's a shame that they're not found more often to be, you know, to get pleasure from, because they really are fantastic. Some of his caches on his GCAs, and I say to him, mate, you need a wider audience in GC is what's needed for those particular types of caches. But if you are a GCA player and you come up Northern Rivers region, absolutely look for his caches up here because they are phenomenal. They really are.
Yeah, that's right. I've got another one here from Sue. Sue on Facebook. Pokemon Pac-Man and Ingress. Do you know what Ingress is? I've heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
So Ingress is just another geolocation type game as well. And in actual fact, Pokemon Go, remember how big Pokemon Go was? Yeah. Pokemon Go, in the better stages of Pokemon Go, used Ingress. So it used the locations, it used the gaming system of Ingress before it became Pokemon Go. So there you go. That's a bit of history for you. I still do believe people play both Ingress and Pokemon Go as well. Yeah. And that's right. They do have this thing called Capture the Flags, which is similar in Pokemon Go, where you capture what they call the Pokestops. Remember they're called Pokestops? Or no, gyms, and you actually fight other Pokemons for a gym. Ingress has the same thing, where you actually have to capture flags, and you one of two teams. I'm not sure the colors, but you're one of two teams. And if you capture flags like in a circle all the way around, then that whole area becomes your team color. That's Ingress. Yeah. So
like territory catching there. Empot's really so you nearly got roped into Ingress, but then you saw the light.
I'm jigging. It's true. And as I said, even with Ingress versus geocaching, honestly, the only similarities between the two is that they are a geolocation game. That's it. Yeah. That's the only similarities. Otherwise, they are two totally different entities. You know, one's talking about gaming system purely online, purely virtual, and then the other one is awesome, you know, containers and treasure hunting and family-friendly games. So, you know, each to their own. Yeah, that's absolutely.
Right. There's a million ways to play the game.
So that's what I love.
Right. Well, I reckon it's about time we got to some of the exciting stuff. More excited than both yourself and myself, who are pretty exciting.
Yes.
Not nearly as exciting as free stuff.
Oh yes. Well, let's be honest. PC, talking of free stuff. Let's talk about free stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk about two people that you know, two people that I know, that I have so much respect and love for, and that is John and Di from geostuff.com.au. Geostuff.com.au is the number one, in my opinion, personal opinion only, the number one geocaching store in Australia, and the only one that should be looked at before going anywhere else. You know, let's be honest here. You know, John and Di, they do a great job. They do great sponsorship of events.
They have been so good to me. So good to me. I'm
They
just so
sponsor this
thankful. I
show.
cannot thank them enough. Yep, they helped you.
Exactly.
They're just beautiful people.
That's it. They
Yeah.
really, really are. So anyone out there itself that are looking for anything geocaching related, go to geostuff.com.au for all your geocaching needs.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you purchase one of the GDU calendars, we've also got each month we've got a different promo code, so you can get a special on an item, or you get a free item with your purchase, or things like that. So yeah,
I know, and and even like the game they gave away that good
oh, the snag the
coin
tag,
last night.
holy moly, the snag the tag.
Snag the Tag came from America. Like it all started over there. And I remember when they first started Snag the Tag, they couldn't get Snag the Tags in Australia. And yet here is John and Di from geostuff.com.au, like getting the Snag the Tag big time into Australia, like purely available, no extra shipping costs, you know. It's because I'll tell you now,
over $50.
Yeah. Well, see, a little self promo here. I was the first person to place a Snag the Tag in Australia, going back, I think it was 3 years ago, and it was in near Byron Bay. Anyhow, I digress. It cost me double the amount of the coin for the shipping for it to come over here. So I paid two times the coin, half of it for the shipping and half of it for the coin itself. You know, and now here's John and Di. Yeah, don't worry about the shipping. It's, you know, we'll do it all for you. So yeah, it's good. They are really good. There he is, John Baxter.
I know. Not say enough nice things about you, John and Di. You're amazing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fine. Yeah.
Very good.
Oh dear. Alrighty, so that's geostuff.com.au. So I do not have a plan for the prize. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a random number for the Coddy Wampler reviewer tag.
Oh, yes. You know who Coddy Wampler is, don't you? He has been outed. I'm sure he has been outed.
I do.
Great guy. I met him in New Zealand now. I'm going to say it was six years ago. I was in New Zealand on a tour of New Zealand and went to a mega over there in New Zealand. Yeah, and I met him over there, him and his wife and his kids. You know, he's a great guy. And that was before he became a reviewer. And since he's become a reviewer, he's just such a great guy. He really is. He really is a nice guy.
That's awesome.
And you've got his tag. Show us his tag.
I do have his tag. Let me show you the tag.
Show me the tag. Ashbush, mate. That's what I told him. There he is, the Coddy Wampler. Coddy Wampler.
So that's the prize number one. I think I've misspelled that.
Yeah, you did.
I did. That's me rushing. Wampler. Me rushing.
And you know what? That actually looks like him too, because he is faceless. Like, you know.
Oh dear.
Ashbush, mate.
Alrighty, so I'm just going to put a little starting mark in the chat room, and what we're going to do is we are going to do just a random number draw. Let's start with that.
We're doing that circle that.
No, we're going to do the circle for your super cool prizes. We're just going to do a random number draw for this one. So I'm going to say, everyone, you can, once again, same rules. Only put in one guess. We're going to go. Let's go between 1 and 200. Let's keep it somewhat normal so I can follow.
Start guessing now. Go.
So start guessing. I'll even give you some music to guess to. Absolutely. Isn't this just lovely?
And remember, you can only have one number.
Only guess once.
Yeah, only guess one. Look at these numbers coming through. PCE. How do you keep up with all these numbers? This is just insane.
10 eyes in the back.
See, I never had this many people watching mine, so
just had a handful of people.
You know, of course, I can see some numbers coming through that are very typical of that particular person. You know, Jonathan, Hunter.
All right, so we're going to do between 1 and 200. Give me a number. And
have you seen it yet, PC? Have you seen the number?
I haven't seen the number yet.
Oh, so what does that happen then if they're all given one number?
Whoever's closest.
Okay.
Whoever's closest. Okay, so I'm going to say stop guessing. You should all have had a guess.
Stop guessing.
Stop.
Stop guessing. There we go. That's a good way to
Stopping.
do it.
Thank you
Actually.
so much. I'll even turn
Thank
off
you for
the guessing
your
music.
participation. Now, what was the number, PCE?
That's right. So the lucky number out of 1 to 200 was number 28, and I saw it in the chat.
Oh, I did. The bug. The bug.
It did. Yeah. That's
the
right.
bug.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
I
The
missed it
bug.
the first time, but let me just find him, pop him up on the screen. Here
Oh, I
for
got
you.
him there.
There
I
he
can
is.
see him. There he is. 28.
Oh,
The bug.
so
28.
there you are, the bug. Huzzah! You are a winner. Ta-da.
Look at you, PCE. You got all the. I see. I never had any of this sort of stuff. I never had all the
You gotta
gnomes and whatever
put
else as
things
well.
together, mate. You know, this is
I
a
know.
professional production here.
I know. It's a lot more
People
professional
are giving
than I
me
had.
money every month to bring entertainment to the people. I've
Well,
got
let's
to
talk about that. Let's talk about that
Yes.
after we do these prizes because I got to comment
one?
about that.
All right, let me get rid of that. So congratulations, the bug.
Oh, and he tips the hat too. The bug. He does the hat tipping
Mm.
thing. Oh, that's nice. Good work, mate. Good work.
Good on you, mate. There it is.
Yeah. He's feeling the love.
He
He's the
is.
love bug. Oh.
The love bug. Okay. Congratulations.
It's too much.
Oh, that's awesome. Good on you, bug. I will be in contact with you and find out where you want that to be sent to.
Looks like Houston, Texas Dave wants some pie. Just saying.
We'd all like some pie. Make mine chocolate. Oh, dear. Okay, cool. Prize number
right.
2. Now, there is 2 of these super cool prizes. Craig, tell us about it.
All right, these prizes, yes, they are Munzee prizes. They are Munzee prizes. I'm purchasing these 2 prizes and giving it away to 2 different people. You have 4 Munzees that you can place. They are virtual Munzees as well, so they're not the physical ones. You don't have to place a QR code or any of that sort of stuff. You can place these 4 Munzees anywhere you like in the entire world. If you do need any help with your Munzees, if you're brand new to it, you're quite welcome to message me on any social media, and I'll be happy to help with your Munzee experience.
Excellent. There you go. If you need a helping hand, Craig will give you a hand. So those are the prizes there. So we're going to do 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to explain to us? We're going to do the Wheel of Fortune of names again.
The Wheel of Munzee. I know some people won't like that, but anyway.
Wheel of Munzee.
Yes, Heidi Gill. See, Heidi Gill says will come in handy for clan wars. Yes, it will. See, people don't know. Old school Munzee players don't know what it's like this day and age with Munzee. So just saying. And I'm not sponsored by Munzee in any way. Like I'm paying for these things out of my own pocket. These Munzees out of my own pocket. I just like the game. I just love anything game related. Geocaching, Munzee, Ingress, GCA, anything we want. Just get outside. Enjoy the fresh air, sunshine. Anyway, that's my rant.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh dear. Oh well, all right, Mark. You can donate yours if you win, then, mate.
Yeah, mate. If you win and you don't want it, let us know.
Let us know. Oh, dear.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Well, I have been taking note of people throughout the show who have joined us. And I've been putting your name into our super fun wheel of, we're going to call it Wheel of Munzees. Oh, dear. And
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Now is the time to stay and stay attuned. So luck of the draw for this one. So let me just do full screen there. Nope, that's not going to work. Please hold while I get my...
This is so much more professional, this show, than what it used to be, just saying.
Well,
it really is. I never had this wheel of...
You needed me all that years ago, but...
I never had these do songs. I never had any of that sort of stuff. Look at this. Yeah, oh, wow.
There we go. Alrighty. So, names have been entered into the Wheel of Munzees.
I like it.
So I will spin the wheel. Whoever wins, your name does get removed from the wheel, so you can't win twice. So hopefully I have managed to capture you all. And reminder, if you don't want to win the Munzee pack and you do win, just let us know in the chat room and we will spin again.
Absolutely.
All righty, you ready? Seemyshell, we'll press the button.
Absolutely. Round and round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
I feel like I'm getting hypnotized.
I know, right? Oh, yes. Sue Bannister.
Oh, makes you hold your breath every single time it does.
It really does.
Well, hey, congratulations, Sue.
Was Sue on YouTube or Facebook? Where was Sue? Do you remember?
Sue, I cannot remember, but I did see her name. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Dan. I missed you. Let me remove Sue.
Oh, by the way, you can remove me as well because you got me on there too. I
Oh,
don't want to win my own.
did you imagine? Oh, now I got
I
one.
know. I
Yes.
know.
There you are. Yeah. All right. Could you imagine you win your own list? Okay.
Exactly.
Please hold while I type very quickly.
Dark Side Dan.
Upside Dan, and I'm just going to put your Blue Iris somewhere else so you're not side by side.
Oh, that's his better half.
Yeah, I believe she is
Yes.
watching
Yes.
too. Elizabeth. I've got a Elizabeth on there. Wrong one. I've got both. Elizabeth Shaw. Let me put Elizabeth Shaw. I'm going to put you on. I think I spelled that right. Might be too many R's. I can't remember, but I'm just putting you on differently. So I know which one is which because I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. I keep confusing the two of you. My apologies. Alrighty. So,
Alrighty.
Suzanne won round number 1. Let's go round number 2. Are we ready?
Let's go. Yes. Round she goes. There it goes. Now, PCE, I think you're into Munzee too now. Like, let's be honest. I'm not the only one. There you go.
I have.
Is it the brain? Is it
Oh,
Tattoo Squared?
dearie me.
Tattoo Squared. Yep.
Oh dear, that's awesome. Alrighty, congratulations to the pair of you. You will be
Well done.
winning one of these packs each. So you'll get 4 Munzees, and I'm going to say you're going to get in contact with the lovely people. And
No, all I need, PCE, is that for them to contact you with their exact Munzee name. And again, this is the best thing about Munzee. Their exact Munzee name, they need to tell you that. And then what I do is when I make the purchase, I put in their Munzee name and it goes straight to their account. It's
sweet.
easy.
Oh, that's so much easier.
It is really, it's a lot easier. So I need their exact Munzee name spelt correctly. Any numbers and letters that are hyphenated, let me know. And I'll put it straight into their account from there. So that's how it works.
There you go. Yeah, not this time, Kitty Catch. Darkside Dan was out of luck for this round. The luck has run out. Oh dear. All right. Well, congratulations to all the winners.
Yes, exactly.
It was absolutely awesome.
Now, I will say this, PC. We touched on it before, and I was talking about how professional the show has gotten since you took over, and you're doing such a great job with it. And I'm going to go on a little rant here and say, Patreon.
Yes.
Patreon. Put up the link, PCA. Put up the link for Patreon. If you are an avid watcher of this show, and you cannot be a Patreon, it's $3 minimum. Like the lowest thing is $3 a month. Less than a cup of coffee. $3 a month, and that will help support this particular podcast. I mean, let's be honest, PCE right here, this woman right here is doing a fantastic job with this show. I couldn't be any prouder to give this show over to anyone else but her. So please help with that support. And I know you need a PCE because I know you're digging in your own pockets every single month because I know how much it costs to run this particular show once a month. It's people I don't think people understand. You've got to pay for not only all your gear, but you pay monthly fees on top for so many different things. So guys out there, seriously, if you can, Patreon, the link's down there, .com/GDU podcast. PC is doing a fantastic job, and let's all get on board with that. As I said, minimum $3 a month, easy. Easy. So anyway, rant over. And look at that. My name at the bottom is the first because I was the first Patreon of PCE.
You were the first one in. FOMO got in there quick as soon as I got it organised.
See, and PCE, the other people, they don't understand. But if you're a Patreon too, guys, we've got our own secret Facebook page. Nobody knows. It's for Patreons only. It's secret. As a few people that I know, other podcasters have said, you can become on the inner circle. Get on the inner circle. That's right.
That's why I keep trying to feel like you're part of the inner circle. I feel like I'm
we get notifications. We get notifications about prizes and what's coming up before anyone else.
Yes,
we get involved
Those
in
releases.
questionnaires. PCE gives us questions about different things that she wants to see in the show, so you participate more in the show.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Kitty catch, well worth the money. Absolutely. And even Benjamin Manning, yes, definitely. She's much better looking than Seemyshell. That's absolutely true.
Oh, dear.
So, yes. Anyway, rant over. That's it. Patreon done. PCE doing a great job, love. Seriously, I could not be any more proud of what you do. And I'm so happy to be part of this in some way, So,
absolutely. You will always be there. Always be there supporting the podcast, even when you're not physically here. That's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, and much like you, just trying to carry on and make a interesting and entertaining podcast. Just for the local Aussies. A lot of podcasts out there from around the world, and they're all great, and that's wonderful. But local content about local things.
Exactly.
In this country.
And I'll give one last big thank you, and that is to everyone who actually does listen and watch this show. Whether you watch it live, whether you listen to it afterwards, on a podcasting app. Thank you all so much for being a part of the Geocaching Down Under family, because it really is. Let's be honest, it really is. So thank you for watching, and thank you for listening as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you're supporting as well by listening to it. You are supporting the podcast that leverages me to try and get more things for you, go places and do things, which, we've got some big plans for the podcast.
Exactly.
So working on that.
And if you were in the inner circle, you may know some things. But anyway.
Yeah, that's
right. By the way, PC, this is supposed to be half an hour podcast. It's now going on 57 minutes.
Oh, what? You mean we talked too long?
Surely not.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for Craig for taking the initiative and starting the show. Do you even remember when you started it?
Me, absolutely. It's still on YouTube. Like my first ever episode is on YouTube, and I cringe because the first show I had no guest. It was just me going, "Hi, I'm Seemyshell, and this is what I'm talking about."
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, please watch me.
It was so funny. It's awesome. Very cringy. And guys, if you want to see more of that stuff, it's still on YouTube. Go back and watch your previous episodes. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's heaps of good stuff in there too. Like we try to get all sorts of guests on there with a whole range of topics. Some are informational, some are educational, some are just entertaining. Try and bring a wide range. Great. So
no, good job, PCE. Good job. Keep it up, girl. Keep it up, girl. Keep it up,
girl. Oh dear. Well, once again, Seemyshell, thank you so much for taking the time out tonight while we're in our country, and been so awesome to talk to you and find out a little bit more about geocaching, Munzees, and filming, and
all of the above.
Seemyshell's world.
Thank you so much for having me, PC. And again, guys, thank you very much for watching and listening and all your support for this fantastic podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you, everyone, and hope you enjoy the rest of this long weekend. Hope everyone's getting up nice and early on Anzac Day. That one is coming up shortly, so make sure to get up and pay your respects to all of the heroes who sacrificed in whichever way so that we can enjoy this beautiful country and geocaching as well. So that's so awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Seemyshell. You've been awesome. And we will catch you on the 10th of May, where I've got a super cool guest coming on. So thank you so much. Good night.
Good night, all.
Geocaching down under, get lost and get found. Geocaching down under, get lost and get found.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we don't need any of you singing. That's tragic. I've heard your singing voice.
I'm a mime. I mime. I'm good at mime. Are we still live? Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still in the. We're talking to the chat room now.
Oh, I can't swear. I still can't swear.
No
okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, thank you for having me, PC. This has been fun. I've missed this stuff. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, it gets blood going. I tell you. I've had a couple of months where it's been pretty late getting a guest, and it's a bit.
You fly by the seat of your pants, girl.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm talking to myself. I'm very.
Well, no, nothing beats that first one that I literally talked about myself by myself to myself.
Yeah,
But anyway.
yeah. Well, there you go. Bushmate, he's right on you. Right on you.
Yes, Ash, that fancier outro than my iPhone. So when I first started PCE, seriously, like I didn't know how you do the phone and the video and the audio and everything. So literally, I had it on here, and I'd have my microphone, and I'd put it on my
phone in the microphone.
Put the phone in the microphone like this, and literally played an outro and intro that way. Like,
you know what? I got so excited and distracted with everything today. I totally forgot to promo the new GDU path tag, which the Patreons have already received.
This is true. See, this is true. Absolutely. Patreons.
Goodness me. So that is 2022's GDU path tag. So
that looks really, really good.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I worked with Ozglory, who might still be in the chat room. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Ozglory helped me with that one. And the microphone in the middle is Gold Glitter.
Of course. You're the Kyle Sandlands of geocaching podcasts.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Like keeping glitzy.
The golden microphone is on.
Yep, but all the Patrons, they've received theirs, so that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's right. I've got one more thing to organise, which is a travel tag, but I'm just in the process of organising that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get that out to the Patreons. That one is a Patreon-only tag, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, travel tag.
See, another thing for the page. Just saying.
Just saying, yeah.
I'll get off that high horse now.
I know, but it's good that you mentioned that. I've actually got another idea for Patreon. So Patreon only tag. Yeah,
really?
I'll have to talk to you about it offline.
Yeah,
I won't tell everyone because obviously tell Patreons first.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for that.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for joining us live, Mighty Minions. I'm so glad you were able to join us live. And I don't know if you can see it. Can you see Mighty Minions' avatar there?
Yeah, the actual minion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say, that photo right there was taken today on our caching adventure because you know why?
Why?
Bam! It's my phone cover.
Oh, you went out with it today, geocaching, didn't you?
Yeah, and I went out today geocaching.
How many geocaches did you find?
Oh, so many I lost count. Let me think. One.
And how many Munzee did you find?
Oh goodness me, Munzee. Maybe 50. I don't know.
There you go. See,
I went from level 28 to level, I can't even remember now, 70 something. 70.
Yep.
Ridiculous. It was just bam. That was bad. That was so much fun. Yeah, that's right. And Mighty Minion, she said today, we need to swap phone cases. I've got the minion, got the purple cache.
Oh, you really do?
Purple case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you, Throsby. That's awesome. Yeah, get back to work, Tattooed Square. Get back to work, earn some money.
Yeah.
Get back to it. Oh, dear. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, if no one's got anything else they want to ask. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. International Ozglory made Houston, Texas's days.
Oh, wow. There you go.
That's so
cool. But you know why? Because I reckon they would have connected through here, through their chat room here.
Yeah.
And because you said about Ozglory, any money they connected through here.
Oh, good on you, Dave. That's so cool. That's so cool. Thanks for supporting an Aussie designer over here. That is so cool. She does really cool designs. Yeah, you just need to check that out. So.
Yeah, she does. But you know someone else who actually does do pretty good path tag designs, who's not actually a path tag designer, but they've won a few monthly. Is it month? I don't know. I don't even know. I've heard about it. The monthly path tag competition is Gary from Tattooed Squared.
Yes.
Did you know that? Yes.
Know that? Yes. Yeah, he designed the first tag, which I don't actually have close to me.
But yeah, he does do designs, but he doesn't do it properly though. You know, when I say properly, I mean like professionally, like Ozglory does.
No, not as professional like Ozglory.
Not as professional like Ozglory. Ozglory's got all the ins and outs of it. So, that's the one. That was cool too. Yeah.
More glitter.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely makes great tags. That's so cool. Awesome. All right. Well, we have been on for way longer than anticipated.
Really?
Shocker
I
there.
wouldn't think so.
Absolute
I wouldn't
shocker.
think so. Surely.
Who would have thought? I know, right?
Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it?
Darren, I don't know if you've seen on Osglory's Facebook page. If you don't, jump onto Facebook, check out Osglory.
Mhm.
She has done Darren Archer's new tag,
Is
which
that
I think is
his
your avatar. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's your
yeah.
avatar. It looks like what I saw on Facebook. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Ah, there you go. Tank Engine's done some designs as well.
Oh.
I didn't know he did part-tag designs.
Let's be honest though. I wouldn't put it past him. He does. He's a master of it. His
Very
photos.
clever.
His
Yeah.
photos, which we didn't mention about the photo comp, but his photos we forgot. But his photos,
See what
how
happens
cool
when
are
you don't have a
they?
script?
Some of his photos are incredible. Like especially his macro shots. By the way, Tank Engine,
yeah.
mate, your macro shots are and your wildlife shots. Some of those, mate, are absolutely beautiful. You do a really good job with that.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when we don't have a script. We totally forgot about the photo comp. That's right. I'll do a post.
Yeah, do a post. Do a social post.
No worries. Yeah, a bit more socials.
Exactly. It was great chatting, PCA. Thank you so much for having me again. And yeah.
All right, everyone in the chat room, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you on May 10. Thank you very much for joining us live once again, and see you next time.